Okay, so trade recap number 5. Boom. Straight into it. So we have a fair value gap on the 4 hour, right? This is the only real major sort of confluence and this buy side liquidity that I have marked out on the larger time frames. Um, this one as well, actually. So I got buy side liquidity on these 2 points. Anyways, and this one obviously, but we're not gonna focus on that because we didn't tap into it. So anyways, that is my major confluence. Actually, no, let's keep that. So 4 hour fair value gap and buy side liquidities. So let's go on a smaller time frame, for example 5 minute. So let's look at the trend. So we're moving in an uptrend through this fair value gap, or creating this fair value gap right here. And then we have a change of character, which is right here. So this would be a not an equal high, change of character right here. It gets confirmed when we make, so this low, all these lows are increasing. These are equal lows, which basically mean that, I don't know, just the trend weakening basically, and this one is confirming that the trend is reversing. So we got moving up, right, and then trend is slowing down, and now we're moving down. Essentially, that's like summarized. So apart from that, that's basically all we need to know. We move down, we tap into this fair value gap on the 4 hour, which was our main confluence. We reject off it. Then we go up here. I'm looking for a long because I was thinking I want to sweep these buy side liquidities. So what do? I look for confluences which can confirm my long position. So we have so we're currently moving in a downtrend. As you can see, these are lower highs now, and these are lower lows, right? So we're moving in a downtrend. And this is where I marked out potential change of character. So if price was to cross this point, then change of character would be confirmed, moving to the upside. We have a smaller change of character, but this wouldn't be my entry because price, if it's not a major change of character, then what price could do is move down. I guess this was actually a change of character, so we actually have another one right here. This is a change of character technically. And then from here, this is still following, but then we could get this, sweep this, right? Sweep this buy side liquidity, and the market does do this sometimes. It could just sweep it because people are thinking that we're gonna go long and move down further. So it's not necessarily guaranteed to enter on a change of character. That's why this major one is more of a confirmation, and this is like complete confirmation. So again, going sort of in the middle. This is major confirmation right here. This is middle confirmation, still with a good entry, and this is like minor, could work out, but very unlikely. So I mark out my two change of characters plus buy side liquidities from people taking a short position. We have technically a manipulation leg here that can be asked to mark out. We have an SMT. This is honestly the major confluence because SMTs are big confluences right here. We have a SMT. I can't really be asked to show you, like, it's hard to see, but because it's on a small time frame, but trust me, there is an SMT right here. SMT divergence, sorry. And so we have SMT divergence on the low. We have potential change of characters plus buy side liquidities. We have, this is what we have. Then Let me pull up. So yeah, we have a fair value gap on the 15 minute. Right here. I technically, you can do it like this, but this is technically then a 30-minute fair value gap. If you know, you know. If it makes sense, it makes sense. So we have that done. We have this inverse fair value gap on the 30-minute. So we go to 30-minute. You can see between these 2 points, what does price do? Price, let me zoom out a bit. Price breaks through, goes back, breaks through again, double inverse, and then retraces. So inverse fair value gap. We have a fair value gap on the 15-minute right here. So price doesn't break through this. It just kind of wicks down, makes a body down here, but it doesn't close under this fair value gap, confirming it. Then we have this inverse fair value gap as well. So on this candle, which is on the 5-minute, on the 5-minute, a smaller entry right here, we have it. And I think this is the yeah, this is the one I kind of use for my entry. From another trader I know. I recently watched one of his videos, and he told me to enter, or that you can enter halfway through an inverse fair value gap. So that's pretty much exactly what I did. Plus that's where change of character happened. So double confluence in the same point. So we got that, and what else? So yeah, we got so many fair value gaps. I think those were like 5 or 6, maybe 5 or 6 fair value gaps, inverse and normal. We have the SMT, we have the change of character, plus the buy side liquidity. So that was enough confluence to enter at this point at the change of character. I enter right here, and then you can see the execution marks. I enter right here, as you can see on that little blue line. See that? I don't know if you can see that, but anyways, I promise you I entered here, and I sold half of my position here. Then I sold like half of the other remaining. So I sold half here, and then I sold half of the remaining position, basically, and then the other half here, basically. And I made like 170. And the reason why I didn't go for a longer, so on the Fibonacci, I'll just show you real quick. So 0 would be, oh wait, that's not the low, sorry, I'm tweaking. This would be the low. So this is my entry. So as you can see, I aimed for a -1. I saw this strong bullish move on the 5-minute, and I was like, holy shit. So I took this wick, I sold on the wick. I was pretty happy with that. And then I realized price, then I put my stop loss to 0, but I took only half out. Then price kind of kept moving up. So I was like, maybe I'll put my take profit at the -2. And then I saw this, and I'm pretty sure, wait, there is a buy side liquidity. Okay, well, anyways, there is a buy side liquidity, which was somewhere between here. It was like, I don't know, it was like something like this. Basically, it was something like this. And I thought, okay, it just swept this and it's moving down. So before it moved down, like as you can see, I sold right there on the bottom of this wick, on the bottom of both of these wicks, because I was just not feeling safe. I thought it could just crash, and I'd rather take that profit instead of letting it hit 0 for the other half of my position. So I just took that profit. I could have went for a -2, as you can see. -2.5 would have been too much, but -2 would have been good. But honestly, I'm happy with my trade. Like, anything is better than nothing. So yeah, that's basically trade recap done, and I'll quickly show you a potential trade which I will enter. So recap 5 is done. Oops. I don't know why that's in there. Anyways, we have. I also marked out sell side liquidities for this next trade. So I'm not gonna show. I keep saying I'm gonna show an image at the end of the screen of my trade. I'm not gonna do that because I don't edit my videos. So yeah, I don't know why I'm lying, but basically for this next trade, which you won't know if it hit or not unless you check yourself, but what I basically want to happen is always a sweep of liquidity. So for example, it just swept this sell side liquidity, but it's weak. It also just swept this sell side liquidity, but it's also weak. And the reason I say it's weak is because it's not a major sell side liquidity. So yes, it got swept. So the market is gaining momentum. As you can see, it's got very high volume. But it's not major. I would only take a trade on either this one or this one. Honestly, this one I would trade on, but I would need to see a lot of confluences. And this one I would trade regardless, not regardless of any confluence, but regardless if it has many or even just a couple confluences. So that's kind of my mentality going through this. I kind of want price to either go here and then move up, and I have so many confluences like fair value gaps or whatever I can find, inverse fair value gaps, changing characters, etc. Or I want price to move down here, and then I don't need many confluences at all, because the fact that it just swept the sell side liquidity, which has been untested for a long time, and also all this sell side liquidity is also being taken to some extent, tells me that there's going to be a strong rejection of it once it gets swept. Or it could move further down technically. But if I have some confluences in my favor for it to reverse, then I will take that trade. But anyways, yeah, that's the trade recap done for number 5. Hope it made sense. So yeah.